Welcome to the Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month celebration. Please help us be an ally and please share the stream. This program will start in just 1 minute. Welcome to the Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month celebration. Let's welcome your MC, Nella Kwan.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to 2021's Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month celebration. My name is Nella Kwan, and I am delighted and honored to be here today as your MC. We've got so much to share with all of you today, so without further ado, I'll get started right away. Now, we at Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month celebration would like to acknowledge that we occupy and gather on the unceded ancestral lands of Coast Salish peoples. Based in the city currently known as Seattle, the land that we reside on belongs to the first people of Seattle, the Duwamish tribe. It is our obligation to stand in solidarity with the Duwamish as we work towards creating visibility for the Asian American and Pacific Islander communities. We are committed to dismantling ongoing legacies of settler colonialism and other systems of oppression that affect all of us. We resist the erasure of Indigenous histories and work towards honoring and inviting truth into this space and encourage our audiences to learn more on whose land that we reside on. For more information and to give funds directly to the Duwamish tribe, make sure to visit realrentduwamish.org. Now, for those of you who are joining us for the very first time, Asian Pacific Heritage Month celebration is one of many free festivals that are part of the Seattle Center Festál series. Now, throughout the year, Seattle Center will host festivals, just like ours today, to help share unique cultural focuses, identity, and a range of engaging activities. With that said, please welcome Seattle Center Director Robert Nellums, who is going to join us and share a little more about the fantastic Festal series.
Thank you, Nella. Thank you all for being here. This is the 19th year of the festival, and we're going through some difficult times for all of us during the pandemic, but we are grateful that we have events like this to help get us through. Thankful for the Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month celebration for sharing their amazing cultures with us. And unfortunately, we're not in person yet, but the fantastic volunteers with Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month celebration will give us a lot to experience online. We thank you to all the volunteers who work so hard to grace us with their work. And the Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month celebration is one of 24 Festal cultural festivals at Seattle Center. And we look forward to welcome you all back to those festivals next year. And now I would like to introduce the Mayor of Seattle, Jenny Durkin.
Seattle is strengthened by the brilliance and resiliency of our diverse community. The diversity is also what drives and enriches Seattle Center's Festal. The 2021 Festal theme, Where the World Gathers, links together the series of 24 free festivals presented throughout the year, each with a unique cultural focus, identity, and a range of engaging activities. As a civic cultural series, Festal is unique in the world, bringing together organizations from our cultural communities to share their heritage and creative contributions with Seattle residents and to share it with the rest of the world who've been able to access the festivals online. I want to commend Festal producers and volunteers who, through these really challenging times, have maintained a platform of connection for our communities through these virtual presentations. You've persevered, venturing into new virtual worlds of music, art, movement, and cultural conversation. I wish you the very best in 2021 as you and we await a time when we really can all gather again together in person. I would like to share a special greeting with the Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month celebration and acknowledge the diverse API community in Seattle. The festival is especially poignant and important this year when the API community has experienced such appalling bias and hate crimes. It's another reason it's so important to come together to celebrate the richness of API cultures and the brilliance and joy in the community. I hope the day and month provide a time to celebrate what creates meaning and strength for the API community and strengthens understanding in the broader community of what Asian Pacific Islanders contribute to our city and region. Please enjoy.
Excellent. Again, that was the City of Seattle's Mayor, Jenny Durkin. Next up, I'd like to introduce one of my favorite performances, the lion dance. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Chinese culture, the tradition of lion dancing dates all the way back to the Tang Dynasty. That's right, a long, long time ago. But it all started when the emperor had a dream that a strange animal had saved his life. And when he later found out that that strange animal was a lion from the West, the lion became a symbol of good luck. With its ability to bring good luck and chase away bad spirits, lion dancing is still popular as it was back then. So with all that being said, we're excited to share a performance from the International Lion Dance Team led by Master Tony Au. Excellent. Now that was one of my favorite videos. Hopefully it was one of your favorite videos. Now, before I introduce the next two guests, I want to share a little bit about Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Celebrations began in the 1970s when the student groups and coalitions at local high schools and colleges organized events to showcase the rich heritage and diversity in their communities. After all their efforts, in 1992, the official designation of May as Asian Pacific American Heritage Month was signed into law. Now, the month of May was chosen to commemorate the arrival of the first Japanese immigrants to the United States on May 7th, 1843, and to mark the anniversary of the Transcontinental Railroad's completion in May of 1869. Now, I'd like to introduce our first guest, who is the Executive Director of CAPA, the Washington State Commission on Asian Pacific American Affairs, Ms. Toshiko Hasegawa.
Thank you so much, Nella, and greetings on behalf of Washington State's Commission on Asian Pacific American Affairs. This month, we honor the diversity and experiences, contributions, and achievements of Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders in Washington State and across the nation. Together, AANHPI communities are the second largest and the fastest growing minority population in the state. We are deeply rooted in Washington, where we've long contributed to our state's history, culture, economy, and politics. There's no single story to describe who we are, or what we've been through, or where we're going. It is this complexity and the nuance that makes Washington State one of the most vibrant and enriched states of the Union. It's an honor to share in celebrating our vast diversity and identities and cultures represented by our communities. Together, NHPIs have lent our voice to advance justice. It's been a challenging year of loss, uncertainty, fear, and pain in the most absolute, simple terms. The pandemic has exacerbated issues impacting our community members facing compounding crises, including the pandemic, economic havoc, climate change, and hate. This moment is history in the making, and we are writing our story of continued courage, leadership, and resilience of our diverse communities. We've shown up to meet the needs of this moment as frontline workers, first responders, caretakers at home, and community advocates, lending our voices at the city, county, state, and federal levels for visibility and access to vital resources. And as we continue to contemplate the work to advance justice, let us also take the month of May to recommit ourselves to achieve both outcome and procedural fairness for everybody. We can all be proud of our shared history and standing in solidarity with one another, holding crucial conversations interracially to challenge social and institutional structures of oppression, and of working collaboratively to reach our shared goals. We remain united in our commitment to achieve fairness and justice. And that's why it's my joy to wish everyone a very happy Asian Pacific Heritage Month. We look forward to joining you all in person next year. And now I'm passing it back to Nella.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Toshiko. Next, I'd like to introduce Michael Eady, who is co-chair of the Asian Pacific Directors Coalition, a coalition that advocates for the needs of the API community and offers a platform for collaboration. Welcome, Michael.
Asian Pacific Directors Coalition wishes everyone a happy Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. APDC was formed in 1982 to advocate for policies, systems, and investments for the benefit of Asian and Pacific Islander communities and other communities of color. We bring nonprofit, government, and private sector leaders together to advance racial equity and social justice. Our communities have endured so much over the last year. Through resilience, advocacy, and love for community, we have supported community efforts to respond to the many challenges we have faced. Today, we are proud to showcase many of the diverse cultures and heritage among the Asian and Pacific Islander ethnic communities. On behalf of APDC, thank you to Seattle Center Director Robert Nellums and the team at Seattle Center Festál for their longtime support of this event, the organizers who volunteered to make this celebration happen, and all the community groups for showcasing their culture and heritage today. Thank you very much, and back to Nella.
Thank you so much, Michael. Now, as Robert mentioned, this year is our 19th year with the Seattle Center Festál. And although this year has brought us challenges and has been a test of our strength, unity, and resilience, we are grateful to be here together with all of you. And as we continue on with the event, we can't wait to showcase and celebrate the Asian Pacific Islander culture through music, dance, stories, food, conversation, and those in our community. So of course, I'd like to introduce you to an amazing artist. Ka is a Vietnamese American singer and songwriter who was born and raised in Washington, D.C. Not our Washington, but we'll let it slide. Her newest single, No More, tells the history of the collective Asian American experience through the past 200 years and addresses our various struggles with racism, othering, and the model minority myth. Ka's accompanying music video includes powerful historical imagery, as well as a montage of solidarity amongst today's Asian American communities and our allies. Here is No More by Ka.
No more. We're not gonna let you hold us down. We're gonna rise up and stand our ground. And we won't keep quiet no more. You lured us overseas, fed us lies so we'd believe that we could have everything you have. And we built your railroad tracks while you walked upon our backs. But in the end, we never got our half. With dynamite and rope put in our hands, all so you could go and take more land. But no more. We're not gonna let you hold us down. We're gonna rise up and stand our ground. And we won't keep quiet no more. We bled for your dream, but it wasn't what it seemed. 'Cause you could never see us as the same. So when the red sun came to rise and bombs fell from the sky, we turned out to be the ones you'd blame. You took our rights and all our liberties and put us in internment on our knees. But no more. We're not gonna let you hold us down. We're gonna rise up and stand our ground. And we won't keep quiet no more. We fled from your wars and landed on these shores. You told us this was the land of the free. And so we played your game while you tried to change our names. 'Cause you wanted model minorities. All those years of suffering and pain, it feels like nothing's ever gonna change. But no more. We're not gonna let you hold us down. We're gonna rise up and stand our ground. And we won't keep quiet no more. No, we won't keep quiet no more. No, we won't keep quiet no more. No, we won't keep quiet no more.
Wow, what an amazing voice and amazing video. Ka, very great to have you here with us today. What an honor. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
It's my pleasure and it's my honor as well. So thank you to you all, the API Heritage Month celebration, for inviting me. I'm so thrilled to be here.
Excellent. Well, we'll just have to jump right into it. What
Sure.
inspired you when it came to this song? This is amazing. Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. So I actually wrote this song a couple of days after the horrific shootings in Atlanta. And besides the fact that it was obviously a horrible event for our community, and the hate crime that it so blatantly was, I was just so frustrated and angry by the continued invisibilization of Asian Americans, particularly when the county sheriff declared it as just a bad day by the perpetrator and not as an actual hate crime. So I used my creative outlet, my singing and songwriting, in order to help me process my own anger, frustration, my own grief. And it just forced me to kind of internalize, years and years worth of trauma that I had kind of repressed and dismissed as not being something that, we needed to worry about. And for far too long, I think as a community, we've done that, because our survival, our livelihood really depended on how well behaved we were. And so we oftentimes would try to ignore, move past the pain, and that's obviously didn't do us a great service. So I'm just thrilled, in a way, tragedy brought about a great silver lining in that we all came together as a community and we said no more. So, we're finding our voices, or rather we found our voices, and I decided to use my voice and my lyrics to lend to this movement and to help create more awareness around a history that has oftentimes been overlooked or never even acknowledged in any way. Even to this day, the government hasn't acknowledged the Chinese exclusion laws that took place across a 50, 60-year period in America. So I think that now is the time for all of us to be able to continue this dialogue. And I wanted to ensure that through my songwriting and the historical images that are there and available to anyone who wants to do the research, that everyone understand that we have struggled as well, and we're speaking up now.
Excellent. And with that being so inspiring, have you gotten anybody, reach out and kind of tell you that that's where it is and that they're going to go out and take action?
Absolutely. And so besides you all inviting me, which is fantastic, Marcy, one of your volunteers, reached out to me after having watched my video. Yes, so thanks, Marcy. Many, many people. It's actually been quite overwhelming, the reception, the incredible reception that the song, and especially the music video, has received. I think oftentimes as an artist, we tend to release our music and hope for the best. And normally I would release a song and then add the music video later, but this message was just too important to kind of follow the normal process. And I released the song on April 12th, and in the past 2-3 weeks, it's just been met with such incredible reception. I've had countless people send me messages, they've left comments. A lot of folks have identified this as our anthem for this movement, which is exactly as I intended it for it to be. And that just warms my heart. And it makes me feel as if though I've done my small part to contribute to our movement, and that I've empowered others to speak up and use their voices as well.
So humble. You mean big part.
Thank you.
Let you go and let you get back into your music making industry schedule. We want to know what's next for you. What are things that we can look out for? Feel free to share anything that you want us to follow, like, and double tap. We're very big on that.
Absolutely, yes. So I know that the API Heritage page is going to reshare the links to the video on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and things like that. So, I think I could really use everyone's support and solidarity to help spread the important message that this song conveys. While I wrote it specifically for our API community, if you notice, the verses are very general. You know, I wrote it to stand against all hate, and for any marginalized community in America, because it's not just us, it's others who've been experiencing this as well, particularly the BIPOC community. So I encourage everyone to, you know, if this song resonates with you, if the message resonates with you, please share it far and wide, particularly in this month as we're celebrating our heritage as Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. And so, yeah, if everyone can rally together, not just our community, but our allies as well. So I would appreciate that very much.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Ka, for being here with us today.
My pleasure.
And we wish you the best of the best in all your endeavors in the future. And thank you for being such a wonderful advocate for the community. Thank
It's
you.
my pleasure. Thank you. And happy Asian American Pacific Islander Month.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Bye. Take care.
Take care. Now, next up, we bring you to two drill teams that have started and been with us every single year for the past 19 years. And first up, we have the Filipino Youth Activities FYA drill team. FYA got its start in 1959 and has participated in this festival again each year to emphasize the Filipino-American history and culture and provide a good experience for the community and the youth. FYA is proud to be the nation's only Filipino-American drill team that includes Mandaya Marchers, a Princesa drill team, and the Cumbanchero Percussioneers. The music is heavily inspired by Latin, Muslim, and modern beats on which the Cumbanchero Percussioneers play a level unheard of. Let's get right to that performance. What an amazing drill performance. And of course, the Cumbanchero percussioneers really did bring it. Now, if you're liking this and want to share with your friends, make sure to share the stream because our next performance is going to be equally as wonderful. Now, our next one is, of course, the Seattle Chinese Girls Drill Team. The group was established in 1952 by Ruby Chow and a group of Chinese girls, the Chiettes. Now, in its 69th year, the Seattle Chinese Community Girls Drill Team continues to serve the girls and the community. The all-volunteer, nonprofit organization provides and supports opportunities to develop friendships, self-confidence, cultural pride, teamwork, and leadership skills. Without further ado, enjoy. Excellent video. Now I'm telling you, next year when we're back in person, you'll get to see all of these drill teams in person. Now, after the wonderful drill team performances, I'd love for you all to meet an amazing individual in our community who advocated on behalf of immigrants and refugees to state and local government, and she was able to persuade the Washington State Department of Health to prioritize vaccination for those over 50 in multi-generational homes who can't live independently or are living in and caring for a grandchild. Please welcome Trang Tu as she joins us to share a little more on access to vaccines and getting yourself an appointment to get vaccinated.
Hi, everyone, and thank you, Nella. Hi. Thank you for your really kind words. And I should start and say it really has been very much a collective community effort that's been incredibly heartening and inspiring for me throughout all of this. And so I am part of this all volunteer, informal, grassroots collective of BIPOC community advocates and organizations. And as Nella noted, we have been focused on advocating for in the vaccine rollout for communities that have been most impacted and facing the greatest barriers, with really a focus on equitable access to vaccines. Our efforts have included policy advocacy, helping impacted communities get early access to appointments, and then a lot of sharing information and resources, especially how to find vaccines. And so with some of the information that's given us a window into, I wanted today to just share a little bit in the few minutes about For folks who are looking for vaccine appointments right now, hopefully information and resources to help you do that. One thing to note about the current situation, and this really has just evolved quickly in the last week or so, is that while supply has been really limited, as many of us know or have experienced since December, just recently it has finally increased, so that in many places now supply is now more than demand. But some areas and communities still have lower vaccination rates, and so the need for access to be as easy as possible is still important. In terms of big picture, finding an appointment, up until very recently, appointments could be made through phone scheduling or online at various vaccine sites. But also in the last week or so, more and more places are having walk-in clinics where you don't need an appointment because of the much more available supply now. So I won't go over all of this, but just wanted to share a few resources. Walk-in appointments have opened in a number of places, including the city of Seattle and King County at several of the 7 sites between them. Seattle also has walk-in appointments for people over 60 at Rainier Beach and West Seattle sites. There is now also walk-in availability in Shoreline, in Clark County, at several locations in Pierce County and in Yakima. For folks who might prefer to have appointments pre-scheduled, you can still find them online. And a couple of resources that our collective has found useful is one started by a group of tech volunteers called covidwa.com that provides vaccine availability with real-time updates. And then there's also a Facebook group, private group, called Find a COVID Shot WA, that is a crowdsourced community, now grown to over 50,000 members, I believe, where you can also find information about appointments. And they also offer prioritized dedicated help for higher risk folks. And then last but not least, there are a number of telephone assistance hotlines, including from the state, that same Facebook group, the city of Seattle, and also King County. And I should note King County in particular has started or has increased its mobile vaccination resources, especially for homebound individuals. So a number of resources out there. Just 2 quick final thoughts I wanted to share is just one, I think looking at the current situation, it's really important to do what we can to help share information and resources, especially as there is some misinformation that's out and about. So helping people to get accurate information is important. And then if you can, I think this is sort of one of these, unique all hands on deck moments, the pandemic and then now the vaccine. And so, to the extent that we all can just help friends, family, and neighbors find, make, and get to appointments, I think that would just be really helpful. Thank you, Nella.
Thank you so much, Trang. I agree. Everyone, make sure to, unite with your friends and family and make sure that they're getting that vaccination. So thank you so much again, Trang.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Now, as you all are enjoying our event, we definitely want to make a shout out to some of our community sponsors today. Big thank you to the Asian Pacific Islander Coalition Advocating Together for Health, APAHM. For 2 decades, APAHM has been working to reduce commercial tobacco use, vaping, and also addressing other health disparity issues in the Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander community. Here with us today is APAHM's Director, Elaine Ishihara. Hi, Elaine. How are you? On a
Hi, everybody.
Don't forget to share the stream.
Okay. I thought John was going to do that. No?
Oh. All you.
Oh, no.
And I'll bring your deck up in 1 second. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So anyways, I just want to say thank you very much for letting us take a few moments today. We always look forward to the annual API Heritage Month celebration as the official kickoff that brings our communities together so that we can celebrate, highlight our history, leaders, and look at all the, experience the talent of our community. So I was just going to say a few things about our APCAT as a coalition. And our priority is really to support our diverse community to address health disparities and advance policy change for social and health equity. And an example of some of the work that we do is, along with our community partners, we develop materials that we can translate into different API languages. And so I'm going to just kind of refer our website. And then I also wanted to mention that in 2018, actually, the API Heritage Month celebration, we launched our Together Our Voices, which is our prevention education campaign addressing marijuana in our community. And so we've been able to expand that. And so Together Our Voices, we have our own dedicated website to that, and hope that you'll all take an opportunity to check that out. So thanks very much. I apologize for the technical misunderstanding, and look forward to the rest of the celebration today.
You're so wonderful, Elaine. Thank you so much. Excellent. And of course, our next community sponsor is the Asian Counseling and Referral Service, ACRS, a nationally recognized nonprofit organization working for social justice and offering a broad array of behavioral health programs, human services, and civic engagement activities for Asian Americans, Pacific Islanders, and other communities in King County and beyond. I'd like to welcome their Executive Director, Mr. Michael Bian.
Thanks, Nella. Hi, everyone. On behalf of Asian Counseling and Referral Service, I want to wish everyone who's on this call today in video and Facebook Live wonderful Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. ACRS is a 48-year-old social justice organization. We're rooted in the communities that we work with. This year, we are celebrating Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month with much reflection. We had the pandemic and we continue to work through this recovery process. We also had the movement of Black Lives, which really highlighted the importance of fighting Black racism, which continues to persist in our communities. We also saw the increase in racism against our community motivated by dangerous words of the previous administration. As we enter this month, Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, let's be reminded of our collective resilience and how important that will be for us as we move towards recovery. We should also be reminded of our Asian community's fight against racism is deeply connected to our collective work to end racism for Black people. And lastly, let's continue to better understand our history and our diverse communities, especially understanding and recognizing the Native Hawaiian and Pacific Islander experience are deeply unique and different from the Asian experience, and why it's important for all of us to work together to advocate to support Native Hawaiian and Pacific Islander independent voice and at the seat at the table. In closing, I wish everyone here today much well wishes, reflection time, and time with loved ones. Thank you, and happy Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Thank you, Nella.
Thank you so much, Michael. Now, on a very similar topic, now with more time at home, which API authors or API books have you read? Any favorites? Or maybe you're looking for a good API read. Locally owned, Third Place Books, one of today's sponsors, is here to share a very special promotion with all of you.
Hello, my name is Kalani, and I'm with Third Place Books, where I am the store manager of our Ravenna store location. We are very excited to be a partner for this year's API Heritage Month celebration. We look forward to being part of future celebrations and being able to see you all in person at Seattle Center someday in the near future, but for now, we are very happy to be part of the virtual festival today. If you aren't familiar with us, Third Place Books is an independent bookstore with locations in the Lake Forest Park, Ravenna, and Seward Park neighborhoods. We are open 7 days a week for in-store browsing and do offer used book buying appointments. We have been keeping very busy with many virtual author events of our own, including a great one tomorrow night, May 3rd at 6 p.m. with Michelle Zahner, author of Crying in H Mart, which is a beautiful memoir of her experience grieving the death of her mother and exploring her Korean-American identity. This event will be moderated by Seattle-based poet, translator, and memoirist E.J. Ko. So we encourage you to visit our website to find out more about this event and everything else that we are doing. I also encourage you to visit thirdplacebooks.com/API celebration, where you'll be able to find a Third Place curated list of some great books by Asian American authors. A couple of my favorite books that I've recently read and loved also include Cleave by Tiana Nobile. This is an excellent collection of poems that explores the history of transnational adoption. I also just finished reading The Magic Fish by Trung Le Huynh, an amazing YA graphic novel about a Vietnamese boy coming out to his parents. I also just started reading this brand new book that just came out this week, From a Whisper to a Rallying Cry by Paula Yu. This is a book that tells the story of the killing of Vincent Chin and the trial that galvanized the Asian American movement. There are a number of other great recommendations from some of our other booksellers, so again, please visit thirdplacebooks.com/API celebration. If you make a purchase on thirdplacebooks.com using the promo code API2021 for today's festival, you will receive 20% off your purchase. Thank you so much for your support of local independent bookstores, and of course for being part of the celebration today. Enjoy the festival.
Well, you already know I'm going to see you all at the Third Place Books. Now, don't forget to visit them at thirdplacebooks.com/API celebration to get that curated list of books by API authors. And again, the promo code is API2021 to receive a $20 or 20%, not $20, 20% discount. Now, that's valid only today and tomorrow, so get there. Next, I'd like to introduce the Above the Drowning Sea trailer. Now, this is a story of the tens of thousands of Jewish refugees trapped in Nazi-controlled Vienna and their escape to Shanghai. Let's get started.
National Association of Women MBAs Seattle, also known as NAMBA Seattle. NAMBA Seattle was first founded in 2011. Our mission is to build more leadership pathways and opportunities for women and minorities. NAMBA Seattle is a 501c3 education-focused organization with recognitions and entirely run by volunteers. NAMBA Seattle is here to help the community to connect, revive, and thrive by providing education, work opportunities, wellness, and community programs. Our community programs include PPE drive for frontline workers and nursing homes, food delivery to needy people and community, Thanksgiving and Christmas Santa's helpers at Hope Link, and Christmas caroling for seniors at nursing homes. As of today, we have delivered over 1,000 pounds of food and PPE supplies. To celebrate Asian Pacific American and Jewish American Heritage Month in May, NAMBA Seattle is hosting an award-winning film Above the Drowning Sea on May 16th, first time in the Northwest. It's directed by Emmy Award director Renee Balser and narrated by Golden Globes and Emmy Award-winning actress Juliana Margulies. Super excited about today's movie trailer, Above the Drowning Sea. Say no more, let's get started.
Refugees on the move in Europe. Desperate to escape persecution, conflict, and death, they crossed Germany and Austria, looking for safe harbor.
It's clear to me that if we had stayed there, I wouldn't be talking to you.
When I was a child, I was always afraid. I didn't think about toys, only death.
Everywhere doors are closing.
The policy was to get the Jews out.
I started to visit every consulate that I felt could help us escape.
At the eye of the storm was Ho Fang Shan.
He had nothing in common with the Jews in Vienna who were queuing up at his consulate. And yet, he decided that it was his role to do something to help them.
My life had stopped. I had no idea what Shanghai would be like. I mean, it's like going to the moon.
After Pearl Harbor, everything changed in Shanghai. It was a disaster.
The poor Jews, they're struggling. They're nothing. So the Chinese had the sympathy towards the Jews in the sense that we're all in the soup together, right?
Can you thank them for feeding my father?
非常感谢给他爸爸吃饭。
What an amazing story. And I can't wait to watch it on May 16th. So with that said, I'd like to introduce Sylvia Fine. Please join us and share with us a little bit more about this movie and what to expect and how this came through.
Hi, Nella. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Excellent. Well, please do share a little bit more. How did you guys get started with it, and how did you hear that this movie was going to be happening?
Well, very, very fortunate. One of our board members is actually part of this movie project, and he introduced me to the director and producer, Renee Balser and Caroline. So great opportunity. So we got connected. And of course, this movie is so meaningful, especially right now for the API Heritage Month and Jewish Heritage Month in May. And of course, what we would like to say and express through this movie is about compassion, humanity, and friendship. You know, that's what we all need right now, especially for, you know, what's happening with, you know, the hate crime and so on. You know, we want to go through this film and share more love and, you know, with the community. Yes.
Of course. Well, then you'll have to remind us, where can we go see this film on May 16th?
Well, it's going to be virtual because of the COVID. But it's going to be online, so you can find the movie on Eventbrite and also Namba, as you can see behind of me, nambaseattle.org, our own website. And you can find different type of tickets. And in fact, we're going to give out 10 movie tickets out for free.
Excellent. All right. Well, do you have a special method you would like to give out these 10 tickets, or would you just like us to, randomly pass them out?
No. I believe we actually have quite a few audience out there.
We do.
Yeah. So please message us. First 10 will get the tickets. So do it right now. Do it right now.
So message us chat boxes. Yes, agree.
Exactly. If you're on Facebook, make sure you message us. We'll contact you for the ticket.
Perfect.
Yeah, Facebook or where else do you have this broadcast?
Well, we've got a little bit of everything. So everything Facebook to Twitter to YouTube. So let us know. We'll get you.
Okay.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much again, Sylvia. You've been wonderful.
Thank you so much, Nella, and thank you so much, everyone. And hope to see you on the 16th.
That's right.
Yeah.
Happy to see you all on the 16th.
Okay, thank you.
Now, next I'd like to introduce Northwest Wushu. Now, Wushu is a form of contemporary Chinese martial arts that blends elements of performance and martial application. Wushu training emphasizes quickness, explosive power, and natural, relaxed movement. The Wushu practitioner must combine flexibility with strength, speed with flawless technique, fierce intent with effortless execution. So make sure to watch this video with us as we see the performance of Northwest Wushu Academy. What a great way to stay healthy and active while being socially distanced. That is Northwest Wushu Academy. They're located in Kent, Washington, so please check out their website at www.northwestwushu.com. Now, next I'd like to introduce Sayaw Filipino Folk Dance Troupe. They are a student-based performing arts dance group of the Filipino American Student Association at the University of Washington. Taking the name from a Filipino word meaning dance, Sayaw shares and celebrates the stories of the rich heritage and culture of the Philippines through the artistic expression of dance. Enjoy!
The API Heritage Month Celebration Festal welcomes Sayaw Filipino Folk Dance Troupe from the University of Washington performing Bandango sa Ilaw o Wasiwa.
What a dance performance. Next up, we have Huraiti Mana, which was founded in 2017. And their first performance as a group was at our API Heritage Celebration Festival in 2017. For them, the opportunity to celebrate and connect with one another is an opportunity to practice Kuleana as a people steeped in cultural and spiritual exchange. Now, Hura Itimana is under the leadership of Kaleokalani Matsui and is based in Seattle's Chinatown International District. Dancers, affectionately called Huraiti, meaning spiritually close with dance, come from all walks of life, backgrounds, and experiences, but each share the heart of the group: cultural pride, unity, respect, and above all, aloha, love. Here is Kaleokalani dancing to Kule Hulili by Kuana Torres Kahele. What a performance. Did anyone else get the same vibes and write a pack of my things, go to a sunny island and just sprawl out? Next, we have our community sponsor from the Chinese Information Service Center, CISC. Now, CISC was started in 1972 by, believe it or not, a group of energetic college and high school students. So, of course, we're inviting Executive Director Michael Eady to join us today. Hi, Michael. How are you? Good to see you again.
Good, Nella. Well, thank you so much for mentioning those energetic college students, because this month we're celebrating our heritage. We're celebrating community and the power of and love for community by volunteers, community leaders, and people who do work at community-based organizations, who do really critical and vital social work to ensure that essential needs are being met in our communities. Throughout the last year, we've seen our team at CISC and other organizations throughout King County respond to so many challenges, from providing food to advocacy, to advocating for vaccine equity, to helping to schedule vaccines. So it just shows the critical need for organizations that have capacity, that have staff that speak different languages, that have lived experiences in our diverse communities. So we really, it's so important to support and continue supporting our community-based organizations throughout the Asian and Pacific Islander communities. So we're really grateful for this celebration to come together to celebrate all we have to be thankful for over the last year, and to see all of our representations of culture and heritage through the performances today. So thank you very much, and back to Nella.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Michael. Now, next I have another community sponsor, and he is from the Seattle First Hill Lions Club. Now, please welcome board member Mark Shimomura with me. Hi, Mark. How are you?
Thanks, Nella. I'm good. How are you? You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Good. Well, thank you for inviting us. I'm from the First Hill Lions Club, and the First Hill chapter of the Lions Club was actually established in 1954 when a bunch of Japanese businessmen from the International District wanted to create a service-oriented club to give back to the community. So they started the First Hill chapter of the Lions Club. And what the Lions Club is, what is it all about? We're all about service. And one of the first major fundraisers that they did was they actually purchased the first medic aid car for the fire department. And through the years, they've done many, many fundraisers. Some of them you might know, like the sukiyaki dinner that they do now to raise scholarships for the high school graduating seniors. And then they also do the pancake breakfast, and that raises money for senior living housing like the Kawabe House and Kinon. They participated in cleanup projects and community betterment projects in the ID. They deliver 100 beautiful poinsettias to senior living facilities. So it's all about service. And I know I joined the Lions Club a while ago because I watched my mom and my aunties and my uncles serve, and decided to serve with them and just help the community that I grew up in. It's always a good time. So we can always use new members. You can find us more information on Facebook, the First Hill Lions Club. And Nella,
yeah,
I want to give a special shout out to Karen Coe, who's going to kill this Humbao eating contest. She's our president right now.
Oh, excellent. All right, I'm rooting for Karen too.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
you
Well, thanks
so
for
much.
having me again.
I've been at that pancake breakfast, and any of you who haven't been, you're missing out. They're delicious. So make sure to go
Let 'em
check
know.
out the Facebook page. Thank you so
Let 'em
much,
know.
Mark.
Thanks.
Now, next, I'd like to introduce Washington State Representative Cindy Ryu to talk about hashtag Stop AAPI Hate. Cindy.
Thanks, Nella. Happy AAPI Heritage Month, everyone. My parents and grandparents were displaced from what is now North Korea. When I was 9 years old, South Korea actually was poorer than North Korea. And so we became immigrants in search of economic opportunity and affordable education. So after living in Brunei and then Manila for a couple of years and months, I've been a Washingtonian for more than 50 years and achieving my parents' dreams for me, getting a college degree, an MBA, a home of my own, and married with children. Even though I had a full and rewarding life, I became a politician because of a state highway project in front of a commercial building on Aurora Avenue in Shoreline, Washington. And so 13 years ago, I became the first Korean American woman to serve as a mayor of any American city. Now I am serving my 6th term in the Washington State Legislature as a state representative, and I chair the Community and Economic Development Committee. On November 3rd, a historic day, Washingtonians elected a record number of members of color to the State House of Representatives. 19 members, 19 of us out of 57 Democrats in the House. Now we compose a full 1/3 of the House Democratic Caucus. This past year, we had a fully virtual session, a 105-day legislative session from January through a week ago in April, which many describe as a historic session, and I agree with them. With this reinforcement, the work towards equity and justice is easier now. Projects that I pushed for 5 years or more now have supporters and many others doing the work, thank goodness. As Democrats, we fully stood up for everyone more than ever before. And timing, as unfortunate as it was, timing could not have been more perfect. The urgent need for recovery from COVID-19 became an opportunity and perfect impetus for change. Policy issues and funding, years and decades or more in the making, got done. Policing reform and accountability, environmental justice, carbon tax, cap and invest, economic justice via the working families tax credit, capital gains tax, and broadband investments. It's still not easy, however. We're still isolated, yet we're traumatized with racism, whether in person or virtually. On camera and off camera, my colleagues and I, we were breaking down. We were crying at work. That shows how, even for elected officials such as I, how deep and emotional these issues are. So please chat your experiences on #StopAsianHate, because it is liberating to do something together, to know that we are not alone. And I'd like to shout out to the reporters and the bloggers who covered this important topic of #StopAsianHate, so we can have the hard, very hard, but necessary conversations and use platforms like this one that we are on right now so we can progress and we can find allies and become allies. So the other hashtag that was suggested is #StartAsianLove. Some suggest we change this hashtag, but even if it brings up issues that could be taken the wrong way, we all must do something. So part of the healing and building journey is that, like many of you, my family got out and we demonstrated, but of course with our masks on. And I hear that training, there is bystander intervention to stop anti-Asian and xenophobic harassment training, and over 30,000 people registered. StopAAPIHate.org reports that Washington is the 3rd highest state for AAPI hate. And other resources, such as the www.hum.wa.gov, Human Rights Commission for the state, is available to all of us so that you feel like you can do something and be part of this movement. And so please hashtag start AAPI love, stop Asian hate, whatever speaks to you. And so you can tell that as a formerly very introverted, shy Asian American woman, I now have a deep desire to speak up. And I suggest that you do that too. Be fully present and listen carefully. AAPI covers over 50 countries and over 100 languages and dialects. So through all of that, be yourself, because we all belong. Let's model for the majority, speak up, do something, run for elected office. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Nella. It's been a pleasure.
We need to take anything that we can offer to help stand up for ourselves. So get creative with those hashtags because we love them. Keep them coming. Alrighty, next, it's a guilty pleasure of mine, because if you ever find me at a library, half the time I'll be in the kids section reading some of those fantastic kiddie books, and I'm not joking. I mean, the drawings are great. The story is just, ooh, it's right there. So of course, today we've got a children's corner. So if you're sitting with your kids and watching this is perfect. It is a story of sharing, something I didn't learn until much too late, but it is Too Many Mangoes. Enjoy.
Too Many Mangoes, a story about sharing. Written by Tammy Paikai, illustrated by Dawn Robinson. Kama and his sister Nani love to climb the giant mango tree when they visit their grandpa's house. Kama can climb up high. He helps Nani find a special branch to sit on. Grandpa comes outside and asks Kama to pick some mangoes. Kama reaches and tugs on the mangoes and one by one passes them to Nani, and she passes them to Grandpa. There are big ones, small ones, ripe ones, green ones, and some have brown spots on them. Grandpa looks over the huge pile of mangoes and he says, "There are too many mangoes for a little family. Take some down the road and share them with our neighbors." Kama and Nani load the mangoes in the little red wagon and pull it down the road to the first house. "Aloha, Auntie Pua. Grandpa said to give some mangoes to you," Nani exclaims. "Mahalo, children. These mangoes will make delicious mango bread," says Auntie Pua. "These spotty ones are perfect." "Here are some banana macadamia nut muffins that I baked this morning. Mahalo for sharing," says Auntie Pua. They see their friends at the next house. Kama and Nani sing out, "Aloha, Momi and Kauai. Grandpa has too many mangoes." "Ooh, I love to eat fresh ripe mangoes," says Momi. They both take a few golden yellow ones and say, "Mahalo for the mangoes. Here are some papayas for your family." Kama and Nani visit the next neighbor. "Aloha, Mr. Wong. Grandpa has some mangoes for you today," Kama says. He takes a few green mangoes and says, "Green mango with shoyu, vinegar, and chili pepper water is the best. Mrs. Wong made some guava jam. Here is a jar for you." Each neighbor that they visit gives them something in return. Lonnie likes pickled mango. She takes the half-ripe mangoes and gives Kama some bananas. Liko prefers to sprinkle lihing powder on her mango. The lihing flavor makes the mango sweet and sour. She gives Nani a beautiful orchid plant from her yard. They finally went to every house on the block and realized that although the mangoes were gone, their wagon was completely full. Grandpa sees Kama and Nani returning home. Nani excitedly tells Grandpa, "We were able to share all of our mangoes." Kama shows Grandpa all of their mahalo gifts from their neighbors. Nani puts their orchid plant on the table. Kama gives each of them a muffin with guava jam on it, and Grandpa combines the bananas, papayas, and mangoes together to make a fresh fruit salad. Nani picks up a big slice of mango. She smiles and says, "We're lucky Grandpa had too many mangoes." The end.
Wow, what a story. How cute was that? And if those mangoes and that fruit salad don't get your appetite going, I don't know what will. So of course, we are reaching the moment you've all been waiting for, the annual Alan Sugiyama Humbao Eating Contest. Please welcome Peter Sai to talk a little bit about the significance of this contest for all of us.
Thank you, Nella.
Hi,
And thanks
Peter.
for joining me and helping me welcome the contestants and helping me determine the winner. So at this time, I'd like to also invite Super Bao. Super Bao has been a staple of our contest for about the last 3 years, and he's represented by Howard Wu, and he will be here to cheer on our contestants. So as you know, the Hambao Eating Contest was added to our annual event since 2014. It was renamed to the Alan Sugiyama Hambao Eating Contest in 2017 after the untimely passing of Alan Sugiyama, who many of you know was a community activist, a longtime member and leader in the community, was the first chairperson of the Asian Pacific Directors Coalition, and the first Asian American elected to the Seattle School Board. His passion for the community, for having fun, and for eating makes this a perfect match. Some of our past contestant or winners have included Tomio Moriguchi from Wajimaya, TV news personalities Natasha Chen and Siamini Kim, and Toshio Hasagawa, Executive Director of the Commission on Asian and Pacific American Affairs. One of these next contestants will now be joining this illustrious group. So let's get on with our contestants. Our first contestant is one of our long-term planning committee members who does a great job in providing our graphics and teasers today. So let's welcome Ronnie Bembao. Rodney.
Hi, Rodney.
Hello.
Can you
Oh, can you guys see me?
And there he is. And there he
Rodney
is.
is always a fun-loving guy and is always keeping our meetings very lively.
Hey,
Rodney,
hi guys.
can you tell me where you got your hambao today and a little bit
Sure.
about the recipe?
Today I got this bao.
Ooh.
Bao from I think it's a big bao from Yummy House Bakery in Chinatown. It's a pork bao.
Excellent.
And I don't know if we were supposed to get two, but I got an orange bao. It looks like an orange bao.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stick with bao. It's a bao with little baos inside.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. And
So-
were you trying to get extra points here with your last name being Bao? Like
Right?
Bao?
Right.
You
Who's
got
gonna
me
be on the
there.
winner's circle today?
Excellent.
Okay, thanks, Rodney. So our next contestant is representing the National Association of Women MBAs. So let's welcome Lynette Garcia.
Oh, welcome, Lynette.
Hi, Nella.
Hello, hello. We're excited to have you join us.
I'm
So
excited.
Lynette, thanks for participating. And can you tell us where you got your hambao? So Lynette, can you tell us?
Well, my president, dear misum pastry.
Ooh, it looks delicious. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right,
the
who's next?
Educational Development Institute is one of our longtime sponsors, and representing EDI is one of their former graduates, Yoshi Hasaka. Yoshi.
Yoshi.
Hey.
Hey, welcome to the
everyone.
show. Thanks for participating. And so maybe you can tell us where your hambao came from. They look delicious.
Yeah, so first shout out to Marcy, of course, everyone knows Marcy, and Tama from Bonneville Power, who guided me towards these two wonderful humbaos from Mason Bakery off of 82nd and Powell in Portland, Oregon.
Ooh.
They won't last long.
Wow, we have an out-of-towner participating. Great. So next is representing a first-time sponsor, the Seattle First Hill Lions Club, is club member Alexander Cole, who's actually substituting for his aunt, who is the current president of the Seattle First Hill Lions Club, and that's Karen Cole. So Alex, I hear you are traveling, and so you had a challenge trying to find your humbaos. So where did you finally end up getting them?
Yeah, thanks, Peter. I'm down in Tucson, so I went to a place called China Pasta House down here, but if I was in Seattle, I would definitely go to Q Bakery.
Okay, great. Thanks for filling in. So the Asian Counseling and Referral Service has been serving the community since 1973, and representing ACRS is Joseph Latchman.
Hi.
Hi, Joseph. How are you? And thank you guys also for sponsoring us. You guys have always been with us every year. So, Joseph, I know you work right down you work very close to the ID. So where did you end up getting your hambao?
So you're gonna laugh, but I actually got mine at what's called Six Happiness in Midtown East Manhattan because I am out of town right now. But
okay.
They made them for me, just a few minutes ago. They're great. They look amazing.
Well,
Great.
hopefully they're as good as the ones in Seattle.
I hope so.
Okay.
I hope so.
Well, one of the advantages of doing this virtually is we can get contestants from across the nation. So it's great to have you on board.
Thank you.
So the next contestant is another one of our long-term planning committee members, and she represents Bellevue College, which has been supporting our event for over 10 years. So let's welcome Nora Lance.
Hi, Nora.
Hello. So I went down to the International District to a restaurant called Ocean Star. It's the former Sanya location. They're on 605 7th Avenue South. They're open 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 10:30 with free parking. So in the dim sum, you get 3 humbaos. So I picked this up and I ate the third one and it was delicious.
Well, I hope that doesn't slow you down in the contest here.
No, I ate it the other day. Picked it up
okay.
Nora, are they
Okay.
paying you? You're such a good promoter.
Oh, I love that place. Make sure you guys
Great.
go.
Okay. So our next contestant represents the Northwest Asian Weekly and has been an active member of our planning group. I heard he has a secret weapon and where he got his hambao from. So John Liu, can you tell us where you got your hambao from?
Hey everyone, I got my hambaos homemade by my wife Tracy, and I was in the competition last year, but I lost, so I hope to win this time. Back to you, Peter.
Okay. Well, if you don't win with your wife's hambao, she's going to really be upset with you. So you better eat
Oh yeah,
fast.
probably. Good point.
Our final contestant represents the International Health Service Foundation, or International Community Health Service Foundation. And she is recently named Executive Director, and that's Heidi Wong.
Hi, Heidi.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, hi Heidi, and thanks for sponsoring us and welcome. Now maybe you can tell us where you got your hambao from.
Sure. Mine are they're gigantic,
but they're from Home Style Dim Sum here in the National District on Weller Street.
Okay, that's a new one. I'm gonna have to try that place out. Okay, so everyone should now have 2 hambao in front of them, maybe a little bit of water. And so we'll do a quick countdown. And when you are done, what we'd like you to do is quickly raise your hand, show us that you have nothing in your mouth, and that Nella and I will try to determine the winner. So is everybody ready? So on a countdown of 3, 2, 1, eat, we'll get started. So 3, 2, 1, eat.
Ooh, look at them going at it. Ooh. Yoshi, are you a professional competitor in eating? Oh my goodness, he's got down. He's not even eating any of it. He's just swallowing.
Yeah, Joseph's using that water to help him get him down.
Yeah.
John, I think you're slowing down there. You better hurry up. I think Nora's right in there.
Oh. That orange juice has that.
And Lynette's grabbing her water.
What in there? Alex has that Texan hambao. Doing good?
Well, I think people are now on their second one.
Ooh.
It looks like it.
Goodness.
This is going to be close. Okay, Nella, you and I have to. There you go.
Oh,
I think we have a winner.
Yoshi thinks he's done. He's done. So we
Okay,
gotta
I think he is.
your mouth. So you gotta get real nice up and close and show us that everything's been digested in there.
Okay. Well, the other contestants are busily finishing up their bows, which is great.
Well, while everyone is working to finish on their bows, I'd like to share with everyone that we've got this fantastic hambao t-shirt that we're selling for $10. And I'll just let you guys know, it's super on trend. And everyone, if we're
like Joseph's done, Rodney's done, Lynette's done.
Anyway, it snatches up real quick. So make sure you check us out on our website and buy that hambao t-shirt.
Okay.
Ooh, Rodney, I see you.
So everyone, thank you guys for participating in this event. You know, it's always a fun event, even though it's virtual, especially when we have it live. It's even more exciting with everyone cheering everyone on. But we do have a winner, and I think Nella and I both confirmed that it's Yoshi Hisaka representing EDI.
Yay!
So congratulations. And here is the, I'm gonna have to do something here real quick. Pardon my. So we have a plaque that has the names of the past winners, and Yoshi, your name will be added to this great looking plaque, the Alan Sugiyama Hambao Eating Contest. And so you'll forever have your name with all of our other winners, past winners. So congratulations again, and we'll let Nella take the show away.
Excellent.
Thanks, Nella.
Again, big thank you to all of you for taking time out of your day to eat baos with us. So thank you, and we'll hope to see you all soon. And again, they keep making me do it. I don't want to do it, but you got to see. There's this t-shirt that we have this year. It is rocking. And of course, our very favorite Rodney went ahead and designed this fantastic design right here. So again, this 2021 t-shirt is $25. And if you're looking for a deal, buy both the 2021 t-shirt and the hambao t-shirt for a deal so good, both for $30. Make sure to check us out, and again, free shipping, so get in there. Excellent. Well, next I'd like to introduce another group with us, and it is Hala Hula Kale Mokihana I Kaua Noe. And of course, they've been educating and entertaining the Pacific Northwest for the past 25 years. And they're under the direction of Kumuhula Mokihana Melendez. Kale Mokihana perpetuates the Hawaiian culture as well as other Polynesian cultures through dance. Their students range from the age of 3 years old to kupuna. And of course, today we want to feature the kahiko, or ancient dance of Hawaii.
These are our wahine performing for you a hula pahu entitled Hano Hano Wai Mea I Kawai Kea, which speaks of the island of Kauai and Hali'alaulani. Makau. Ai, Hano Hano Wai Mea I Kawai Kea. Our next melee is performed by our Kaikamahine. They're doing a melee entitled Eho Ikealoha I Ni'iho, which speaks of the forbidden island Ni'iho and Queen Kapi'olani's visit there. Makau. Ai, Eho Ikealoha I Ni'iho. Eho Ikealoha I Ni'iho. Hawaii hunai kapa oe. Ikauluhua, ikahapae, meke kaho ele o halala ie. Ayo o nihoa mahote, kalauha pai ke kaie. O kala vela vela ike kulae. Haina ia mai puana e o kapi ola ni no e no ai e ala la hai e hey no ano kapi ola ni. And now we are going to have our kane perform for you a melee entitled Hei Noa no Liliu, which speaks of our last reigning queen of the islands of Hawaii, Queen Liliu o Kalani. Makau. Ai, ho'o he no ke ia no e Kalani. Ho'o he no ke ia no e Kalani. E ke kamalani ia o Hawaii. Uai ke ia holo hanu no kala hui makaina na iluna ina pali o pu o vai iluna ina pali o pu o vai na o mai ke anu Mahope mako olili ulani kikuni punia o Hawaii wak olili ulani kamoku olika auni ai kamahaki hae ela ea hae ala hea hae hie hia hey no ano lili o kalani.
Wow, 3 fantastic performances. And of course, we're excited that hopefully next year we'll get to see them live. Now, next I'd like to welcome another team, Kinali. And of course, established in 2002, Kinali is a Laotian cultural arts youth program based in Seattle. Kinali holds traditional Laotian music, dance, and cultural classes in support of their mission to preserve, promote, and educate on Laotian cultural arts, which has been slowly disappearing since the Vietnam War era. It is a safe, inclusive, and supportive community where youth can come and stay as they are. Let's enjoy.
The API Heritage Month Celebration Festal welcomes Ganali Lao Music and Dance Troops Juliana Tavani performing Saria.
a performance. Next, I'd like us to welcome in our next community sponsor, and she is from ICHS Foundation Executive Director Heidi Wong. Welcome, Heidi. How you still finishing off those 2 hum bows?
Thank you, Nella. Yeah, I'm saving the last half for later.
Well, I'll let you go at it.
Thank you, Nella. Hello, everybody. Again, my name is Heidi Wong, Executive Director of the International Community Health Services Foundation. And now I can say I'm a brave contestant of the Hambao contest, eating contest. For over 48 years, ICHS has offered culturally and linguistically appropriate health and wellness services to the API community and beyond. We began as a volunteer-run clinic staffed by community activists who saw the need for accessible health care for our elderly. Today, we've grown to 11 clinics and service sites in Seattle, Bellevue, and Shoreline. And we serve nearly 28,000 patients in over 50 languages per year. Established in 2007, the ICHS Foundation raises funds and awareness to help sustain and expand healthcare services for all, regardless of status or ability to pay. Throughout the pandemic, ICHS staff really have pivoted and adapted and stepped up wherever they can. We've conducted over 113,000 COVID tests, educated the public on vaccine safety, vaccinated over 27,000 people against COVID-19, and cared for those recovering at home, all the while continuing to provide other services in a safe and accessible way. Since February of this year, ICHS has been partnering with community organizations to conduct culturally sensitive and community-driven vaccine pop-up clinics. Our goal is to eliminate all barriers, be it cultural, linguistic, technology, or just overall hesitancy, to ensure that vaccine distribution is equitable and accessible to all. And we couldn't have done any of this without your help. So I want to take a moment to really appreciate and recognize every individual, every community group, every organization who has partnered with ICHS during this unprecedented time. Through your generous financial and in-kind donations, you've lifted our spirits and motivated us to work even harder to care for you. The work, as you know, continues. There are more people to vaccinate, more barriers to break through, more communities to advocate for, and we need your help. And now here's my shameless plug. Look out for information about our annual spring campaign later this month. Thanks to incredible support from corporate sponsors and ICHS leadership, we now have a matching pool fund of nearly $100,000 and counting. We'll be launching a matching challenge later this month, and your generosity will help us double that amount so that everyone, no matter your background, ethnicity, age, or economic status, can have access to quality, culturally relevant healthcare to live and to thrive. So with that, thank you for this opportunity to share with all of you. I hope to be able to celebrate with you in person in the very near future.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Heidi. And of course, the ICHS. We're excited to, keep going and to support you in your endeavors. So thank you so much. All right, next, I would like to introduce another special guest of ours, Marian Liu. She is the Washington Post's operations editor, where she manages digital operations for the Metro section, using real-time analytics and digital journalism to ensure stories are connecting with audiences across the web. She also contributes to the Post's newsletter on race and identity, covering everything from the attacks on the Asian community to Korean pop music. Let's welcome Marian to join us.
Hi,
Marian. How are you? Excellent. Well, we'll just jump right into it and ask you a little bit about how since the start of the pandemic, you've been reporting on anti-Asian violence and kind of talking to members in the community. Can you share with us a little bit of what those conversations are like?
It's been completely heartbreaking. I've covered this sad trend since the pandemic has started. I first wrote about it last February, and in the story, interviewed a college student, and she was so ashamed and scared of being Asian, she wanted to change her face. And then almost to the day, a year after that, I did a cover story for the Washington Post about how elders were being attacked, and then helped with the coverage after the shooting, and how the Korean American community was being affected in Atlanta. So it's been completely heartbreaking.
Oh my goodness. And have you gotten a chance to see the conversation change over this past year?
It's gone from fear, well, it's always been fear to numbness to thankfully, you know, talks of allyship among the different minority communities, which has been very heartening.
And has this kind of in any way impacted or kind of influenced the work that you currently do?
Yes, look out for something on Tuesday. I did this huge package for the Heritage Month, and it has a more positive spin because I'm sure we're all tired of hearing about everything that's been happening, but this takes into account of that and has something happy to offer. So it'll be out on Tuesday in the Post.
All right, next Tuesday. And of course, we also want a little bit of advice on what is it that you think we can do, and you know, what are some action items that you could put on us to push it forward and go through?
Well, I loved what the Washington State representative said earlier about Start Asian Love. I think the first thing we can do is check in on each other, check in on your Asian friends. How are you doing? How is your parent doing? How is your family doing? And I think also check in on the different organizations you can help, especially hashtag Stop AAPI Hate. Support organizations like that and what they do. A lot of these groups, what's frustrating is hate crimes, it has a high threshold to become a hate crime. So in a lot of these cases, when an elder is like attacked, if no words are spoken, like the Thai grandpa, it's hard to prove that's a racist attack. So more information, more support needs to be helped. But I think the other thing that needs to be done is learn about our own history in this country. A lot of us don't learn about this, especially in public school. We don't know where everything happened or how laws have been, how for many, many decades upon decades, we weren't allowed to vote, we weren't allowed to have citizenship, we weren't allowed to testify in court. So the sad thing is none of this is new, and it's important to learn more about our community and help each other.
Excellent. Well, again, we're just so excited to have you here with us. And anything else that you would like to share with us, or about the Washington Post, or anything that you'd like, anything?
I'm here because I want to give a shout out to EDI, Executive Development Institute. I'm class of 2009. It's a program that helps AAPI become leaders in the community. So that's another great program to look out for, and look out on Tuesday for the thing I suggested. And yes, support and help each other during this time.
Excellent. Well, again, big thank you to Marian for joining us today, and we're excited for Tuesday.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now back to my guilty pleasure. Get ready to snuggle in because we're going to do another story of belonging. From Strictly No Elephants, here we go.
Strictly No Elephants. Written by Lisa Manchev, illustrated by Tai Un Yu. The trouble with having a tiny elephant for a pet is that you never quite fit in. No one else has an elephant. Every day I take my elephant for a walk. His is a very thoughtful sort of walk. He doesn't like the cracks in the sidewalk much. I always go back and help him over. That's what friends do, lift each other over the cracks. Today, I'm walking my tiny elephant to number 17. It's Pet Club Day and everyone will be there. Come along, there's a good boy. I coax him the last few feet. It'll be fine. When I look up, there's a sign on the door. Strictly no elephants. My tiny elephant leads me back to the sidewalk, never minding the cracks. That's what friends do. Brave the scary things for you. Did you try to go to the pet club meeting too? Yes, I say, but they don't allow elephants. The sign didn't mention skunks, the girl says, but they don't want us to play with them either. They don't know any better, I tell her. He doesn't stink, the girl adds. No, he doesn't, I agree. What if we start our own club? Come along, I say, making certain that my tiny elephant follows me, because that's what friends do. Never leave anyone behind. We can play here, one of our new friends says. All of us. So we paint our own sign. All are welcome. My tiny elephant will give you directions if you need them. Because that's what friends do.
What a cute and meaningful story that was just shared. Again, if you need to find out another curated list of readings, make sure to check out Third Place Books. Anyway, next I'd like to introduce something very, very special. It is a food demonstration by Jan Parker's Cookery, Jan Parker. And she is going to do an amazing demonstration of how to cook one of the most delicious dishes that they've got. And as many people have told me to practice the name of the dish, I've decided I'm not going to, because the dish is just so special that I won't try and ruin it for all of you. Now, Chef Jan Zelita Parker lives in Tacoma, Washington, and she's had a business for 3 years. Her specialty is fresh and distinct Filipinx food, and she has a relationship with local farmers and incorporates their food into her menu. Her cooking experience encompasses cooking at a private estate, working on TV shows, and food productions and cooking abroad in Germany. She's proud to represent the Filipinx community through food. Let's enjoy her demonstration.
My name is Chef Jan Parker, and we sell fresh and distinct Filipinx food in Tacoma, Washington, at farmers markets. Before we start cooking, I just wanted to share a little bit about where I got my love of cooking from. I wanted to show you this recipe because this is a great recipe to start during the spring and summertime because it's so fresh and so quick to make.
Thank you for watching my video. I'm going to be showing you how to make a salad that is inspired by manga at bagaong, which means mangoes and shrimp paste. It's going to be a salad that contains yakisoba noodles, and also it will have organic greens, tomatoes, garlic, ginger, olive oil, and also bagoong. We will also be adding mangoes, lime, and a garnish here of cashews and scallions. And we will also be tossing in this lovely fresh cilantro. Okay, let's go ahead and cut up some of these mangoes. Taking this off of the seed. And I like to make these very organic looking to where they're not too perfect. Okay. And I do like to keep one mango for the display, just to show how beautiful it is. So I'm gonna do the cross hatches on this mango. I'm gonna go score the mango very lightly, trying not to poke through the skin. Go the other way, and at the end, I'll show you how to flip it. Okay, this is what it looks like. Cut these in half so that they can be bite-sized. Okay, we're gonna work our lime here and just make sure to get the lime juices ready to be squeezed out. So once it's nice and soft, I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half. This is a very great salad to have during the summertime or springtime when the weather starts to get warmer, because it's really quick and easy. You can also add chicken or beef. Okay, we're back to a boil here, so we're just gonna shut the heat off. We're gonna get all the noodles out. And then we're gonna go ahead and toss this in the salad dressing. Try to get as much noodles as you can out of there. Okay, so in this bowl, what I've done is I've added the bagoong and the olive oil. And I'm also gonna squeeze the lime in here. Squeeze both limes in. I also saved a piece of the garnish of lime for the salad. And we're just gonna give that a mix. And now we're going to toss in the noodles. Toss in the noodles. I'm gonna toss in the manga and kamatis, the mango and tomatoes. Oh my gosh, it's already so colorful. And then we're just gonna organically place the cilantro on there. I also like the stems. The stems are super tasty, so I'm also gonna just rip them with my hand, just so it looks not so perfect. I like it when it looks very natural and not so structured. So we're also gonna toss some of our organic greens in there. How lovely that looks, so colorful, everyone. Now we'll give the salad a toss. Give that a toss once everything is in there. Look how pretty that looks. Make sure you break up the noodles. Okay. I can smell the bagoong. It smells so lovely. Okay, now let's plate.
Noodles are so warm. So beautiful. So colorful. Such a lovely, easy dish. Make sure to get every piece of mango on there. And then we have to display our star on there. Stick more mangoes.
Now we're going to take our mango. We're going to flip it so that it has that beautiful design on there. Look at how magnificent that looks. We're going to place our lime conveniently by the mango. And then we're going to take our garnish here of scallions and cashews. My goodness. It's just so beautiful. So fresh. This is going to be a delightful meal for a nice warm day. Enjoy with your favorite iced tea or your favorite wine.
Oh my goodness.
Enjoy.
Is Jan Parker the best cooking instructor ever? I have to say so. I'm already drooling. Well, thank you so much. And of course, our next message that I would like to share for us is our community sponsors. They were not able to join us live today, so I will speak on their behalf. Our first individual is David Escame. Associate Vice President Marketing and Community Outreach of AmeriGroup Washington, Inc. Now, AmeriGroup Washington is proud to sponsor API Heritage Month going back several years. Being one of the managed care companies in Washington State is an awesome responsibility. At AmeriGroup, we believe achieving good health only begins with the best doctors and healthcare professionals. But to truly improve the health outcomes of our members and their families, we need to focus on more than just medical needs. Whole person care includes physical and behavioral health, dental health, emotional well-being, and addressing social drivers of health. We support people and organizations that are focused on creating healthy neighborhoods and communities. We invest and address education, employment, housing and homelessness issues, social justice, domestic violence, juvenile justice, jail transition, transportation, health equity, and much more. Our work is only impactful by listening and working with our friends and neighbors to create lasting solutions. Everything we do is viewed through the lens of nothing about us without us. This means building lasting and trusting relationships in the community is at the forefront of AmeriGroup Washington. Now, another message from our second community sponsor, Puget Sound Clean Air Agency. The Puget Sound Clean Air Agency has supported this festival for many years. Their vision is for everyone, everywhere, to breathe clean, healthy air all the time, regardless of who they are or where they live. The agency is committed to the Chinatown International District community to work towards and together for solutions for clean air for all. Excellent. Well, thank you to those two sponsors. Next, I would like to introduce Te Whale o Tamatoa. They were established in the summer of 2006. Their first year participating in the API Heritage Month celebration was 2009. They are based in the Seattle area and they teach Tahitian dance and drumming to all who would like to learn. They strive to provide and spread knowledge about Tahitian culture through song and dance. We are very fortunate to have this opportunity to have them participate with us in this festival and to help everyone else also kind of perpetuate the Polynesian culture with Ori Tahiti, and they will always put the culture first. So it is important for Te Whare o Tamatoa that we act as ambassadors with respect and love. Let's watch their wonderful video. absolutely loved the music and the dance. Wow, what a performance. And next I've got dancing on a different side of the spectrum. We have The Company, and they are the first and only K-pop dance cover RSO at the University of Washington. Their team has been performing at this event since 2018, and it's truly amazing to see just how the variety of people and cultures that they've been able to gather and celebrate with them. And despite the performance being online this year, their performers have worked very, very hard. And trust me, once you see it, you will know. They've worked very hard to bring nothing but the very best to the stage. And we hope that all of you can enjoy.
매일 오른 여길 떠나려 해요 빨리 올라탄 마음 같은 곳이요 겨울은 고민을 다음번에나 해요 시간이 부족하잖아 So now we on our way
자유롭게 감정 수면 위로 꿈을 펼쳐 boys 시작됐어 영화 같은 story I can do this all day 하루 종일
We got this 오늘도 여긴 우리가 차지해 100% 너무가 담백하게 하얀 메타 우린 이미 다른 차원 다른 level yeah. I can do this all day. Back it up, back it up. 서둘러 hit that line. 시간 아까워. 필요 없어 눈물 쌓여. 네가 어디에든 I can find you. It's gonna be alright. 손을 맞대, make a wish. Yeah. Make a wish. It's your birthday. Make a wish. Happy birthday cake. Make a wish. It's gonna be alright. Make a wish.
손을 맞대 손을 맞대 손을 맞대 손을 맞대 now
Make a wish.
알람이 울려도 ring ring 울림 서로의 눈길이 닿을 때마다 알면서 빙빙 도는데 점점 다가갔잖아 I know it's too late 마음속으로 나 다 알고 있잖아 결국에는 선을 넘게 될 거라는 걸 I'm warning to myself 막 그러면 안 돼 매번 매점 내 맘이 내 맘을 주월해 out of control 나를 감시하는 the spotlight 비출수록 어둠 속으로 빨려들어 끝이 보이는데 I know it's not right I can't stop me, can't stop me 내 앞에 놓여진 이 red light 건너편에도 원한 예쁜 너를 맞춰 느끼고 싶어 짜릿한 highlight Can't stop me, can't stop me Risky, wiki, this is an emergency Happy, somebody stop me cause I know I can't stop me 대변하고 있잖아 근데 가고 있잖아 이러고 싶지 않다 내 안에 내가 또 있나봐 나는 원하는데 원하는 게 안돼 끝이 난 싫은데 I can't stop me, can't stop me, can't stop me 나를 감시하는 just spotlight 비칠수록 어둠 속으로 빨려들어 끝이 보이는데 I know it's not right I can't stop me, can't stop me 내 앞에 놓여진 이 red light 건너편에 너는 이미 눈에 맞춰 느끼고 싶어 짜릿한 highlight I can't stop me, can't stop me yeah.
것만을 그려 yeah. 숨을 내쉬고부터 like 경계를 넘어서 like 내 품에 놀라는 like 다른 생각은 하지마 yeah. Whoa. I said yeah. Whoa. know you're my love. I said
눈을 떠 모두가 바람 찬란한 이곳 셀 수 없이 슬픔을 흘린 후 조금씩 보이는 new world 경계선을 넘어선 그 공간 더 아름다운 풍경을 in my eyes 긴 방황 끝에 찾은 그 빛을 봐도 마주쳐버린 희망 속에 lie 또 교묘하자 my mistake oh 빛으로 가려지는 so sorrow 미소에 속아 방심하는 그 순간 숨은 비밀을 봐 oh die 더 깊이 빠져들어봐 why 다가올 듯한 거짓말 달콤함이 가려져 경계를 넘는 눈과 끝까지 맞서려는 절망 끝이 있지 않을까 First 여긴 찾던 곳이 아닌 걸 No more utopia 저 급히 변하길 바랬던 나 이상적인 꿈 조금씩 사라져가는 걸梦나를 따라만 오는 줄 알았던 그림자를 따라가는 듯이 바꾸지 못하는 운명 속에 희망은 더 사라져가 근데 눈을 가려 oh die 더 깊이 빠져들어 so die 다가올 듯한 거짓말 달콤함을 가르쳐 경계 속 거부한 나와 끝까지 맞서려는 절망 끝이 없을 것 같아 First 여긴 찾던 곳이 아닌 걸 No more utopia I'm in stars tonight. So watch me bring the fire, set the night alight.
shining through the city with a little fucking sun light it up like dynamite this is
So watch me bring the fire, set the night alight.
shining through the city with a little fucking sun light it up like dynamite
Wow, can we just take a second to just take that all in? Everything from the talented dancers to the amazing costume changes and just a little bit of everything there. They did an amazing job. And of course, we're excited to hopefully see them again live next year. And also, whoever edited that video, call me. Next, we'd like to also, as we're coming to an end of this event, we'd like to introduce our final video. As we all do our part to be agents of change, the vocal essence singers of this age have a message and a challenge for all of us. We believe love inspires action. We believe love creates change. We believe love pursues justice. We sing in love. Let's fight injustice, change systems, and lift our voices with love as the center of all we do and say. Here is more love.
want to pray and take to heart this sacred phrase. More love, less hate. It seems so easy on its face for words to heal the human race, and yet we struggle to create more love, less hate. More love, less just as the night gives way to dawn, justice shines forth before too long, until the day we will sing on. More love, less hate. More love, less hate. For love we stand. For love in this land. Will you join? Don't take my hand. More love, less hate. For love we stand. For love in this land. Will you join? Don't take my hand. More love, yes, love, yes, love, yes, hate. More love,
And as we close out today's event, we just want to thank all of you for giving us more love and for just being here today and sharing this amazing opportunity to just be with each other in our community and just to share all of the things that we love. And next, I also want to make sure that we thank all of the sponsors and all of the guest speakers who shared with us everything that they could give us. And we're excited that we're getting to learn and a chance to just continue supporting each other. And last but not least, the most importantly, I would like to thank the planning committee. Please open your videos and share with us your beautiful faces, because without all of you who did all the magic behind the scenes, we would not have gotten such a wonderful performance today. So again, big thank you to all of you. And last but not least, of course, I want to make sure that everyone follows us on social media at API Heritage, and also follow us throughout the month, because we're going to do more on culture, music, dance, stories, food, and community. And last but not least, we're going to do one more promo for the shirt that Rodney Bam Bam himself created and designed. And so make sure you're getting that shirt at apiheritage.com/t-shirts. And of course, Thank you all again for supporting us, and please save the date for next year, May 1st, 2022. Thank you.